You are not getting enough clicks on your listing. 99% of sellers have the same issue. And the thing is that most of them don't even know why. Most of the information is definitely out there. Other creators tell you just half of things because they want you to pay to get the whole thing. But here at Shared Studio, we are really committed to give you all of the information that you need and more for free. This is something that we have spent years, literal years learning. So just like that, in this video, I'm going to show you a tip on how to increase your CTR and hence get more clicks on your listing. So this tip is to enhance the mobile experience of your potential buyers with the perfect image ratio. So Amazon is continually providing sellers with tools to improve customer experience and boost conversions. This includes not just the quality, etc., but also the image requirements and ratios. That is a big part of the whole experience. And obviously, since we are looking at different products from our screen, you have to make sure that everything is very well optimized for those screens. But even though Amazon has technical requirements for the images, you still need to test different things to understand and see what is more effective. When it comes to hero images, you can use two different ratios, the 1:1 ratio and the 4:6 ratio or 4:3 ratio. 3000 per 3000 pixels as always, or 3000 per 4200 pixels, depending on whatever your product is, and we will talk more about it later. What ratio is better for your hero image? You will need to consider the general shape of your product before choosing your ratio. For example, this small wallet, as you can see, has a more horizontal shape, which would probably work best in a square ratio. And remember that actually one of the requirements of Amazon images is to, or at least the hero images, is to have enough white background space, but also have the product take as much space as that white background as possible. For example, here in the screen, we can also see they aren't really square as it says here, but the thing is that when you put them all together, they fit a square format best. However, if the majority of your customers are shopping from their mobile devices, which is something that you can actually check for, you should use the 4:6 main image ratio for better visibility. If you see this example right here, you will see that this model that is in the circle is actually standing with her legs very well extended onto the floor, but the one next to it is just like, let's say, the bottom of another model. So because we are focusing on just the bottom of the model, the square format is going to look better. But here, when we are trying to show the whole leg, it is better to use the vertical format. And as a recent SEMrush study shows, 53.4% of Amazon traffic comes from mobile devices. Here in this screenshot by the app device, I can show you actually, guys, how you can check the traffic or your listing. So here for Amazon.com, you will see that we have desktop and mobile. So as you can see, it's more or less the same. Like there isn't a huge difference, but there is a good enough difference that you should definitely take advantage of that data. So you may be wondering why this is a better ratio for the mobile experience. As you can see here on the screen, there is actually an example where it shows you how this image that we know is a vertical ratio for sure takes the whole space out of the screen. So that is why, because it literally takes longer to scroll through that image, so you're looking at it for a longer time. So that is actually very convincing. So because the client is consistently looking at your product before going on to someone else's, it makes them think like, hey, maybe I should definitely pay attention to this. So that is what you should be doing. Again, you may be wondering where your traffic is coming from, or how can I check where my traffic is coming from desktop or mobile? Number one, you have to go to your Seller Central dashboard, click on reports, and then business reports. After that, you have to go to detail, sales page, and traffic. So right here, that business report tab right down there. Moving forward, you will see on the right side the show and hide columns bar, and then you have to select the Sessions mobile app and Sessions browser. So right here, and there you have to save the columns after selecting those fields. And that is it. That is literally how you can check where your traffic is coming from mostly. If you guys also need help optimizing your content for mobile devices, make sure you go ahead and scan this QR code so we can talk about it. We can discuss ideas, we can brainstorm, we can tell you how we're all about optimizing content and definitely get those sales up and running. Moving forward, we have about the design principle emphasis. So emphasis is very, very important when it comes to designing an image. This might not be too obvious in terms of what a design is, but this is also a composition of photos where you have to make sure there is emphasis in what's most important. So here, what we are trying to say is basically that when you emphasize something, you're drawing attention to it or to a specific element or area of the composition. Based on this principle, when you go through your mobile device and you see Amazon or the Amazon search result page, definitely having that image take more space out of your screen will work best. So because you are giving more emphasis into that image than your competitors are doing. So you're unconsciously influencing customers to see your product as the primary option. This also means that your product again will appear longer in searches, making it easier for customers to see all the features of your product. Here's an example of how the hero image can look in a mobile version, and when you use the mobile cards Chrome extension, you can actually see from the desktop how it's going to look in your mobile version. Just to show you a very good and real example of how we created hero images in a taller format, here is a Denseball brand that we tested, or where we tested different ratios to see what worked best. As you can see here on the screen, the one on the right is a square format. The client was open to trying different formats. So this is a square 1:1 ratio, and this is 4:6. What do you think looks best, or what do you think takes out more space out of it? The one on the left or the one on the right? Definitely the one on the right. And that's what I was saying about taking more space out of your screen. So in that A/B testing that we did through PickFu, most of the comments highlighted that using a more vertical image can help the potential customers appreciate and understand the product better. So yes, all of this presentation is really going to help you achieve that very good hero image that increases CTR, sales, traffic, everything. But your hero image can get way more conversions. How? There is another very simple hack that works along with the MX ratio formula. If you apply it along with the MX formula, you will get a killer hero image that no one will resist to. And in this video right here on the screen, we are going to show you how you can do that. Take advantage of both these formulas to increase everything on the listing. So see you on that video.